Before the video begins, I want everybody to know that there is timestamps at the bottom if you want to use that, and just skip right ahead to the parts you want to see. Other than that, enjoy.
Hold it!
Are you crashing out for losing in Strinova, and you possibly want to get better at the game? Maybe paying off some student loans and maybe finding your soulmate? One of those things will happen. And that's only if you join my course. Ain't nobody gonna love you. Only requirement for me to pass this knowledge on to you is for you to fucking subscribe. Look how that button glows. Why aren't you doing it? Assuming you did the following, let me go ahead and break it down for you. You might be asking, dear viewer, who the hell is this funny pink creature? Shut the fuck up, because I have the talking stick. Why are you talking? Shut up. As many of you wish to know, I am a high-rocking gold tooth player. Currently being at a level 100, it's not anything to scoff at. Mind you, I have spent quite a lot of the time on this game, being at the highest of highs, and not so highs. In order to become the best Strinova player, you need to start fresh. So, first, what the hell is a Strinova? Strinova is an anime shooter, gacha Valorant, third-person, FPS free-to-play anime Valorant-esque shooter, at least last I checked on Steam. Strinova has one core fundamental mechanic that changes the gunplay, but also changes how high the skill ceiling can get. It's one simple mechanic. With this mechanic alone, it's finally allowing you to become the anime waifu of your dreams. Finally shedding in the third dimension, and this mode is how you dodge, glide, and wide in your way towards the enemies. It's gonna be your fastest way of travel in the game, aside from using like, I don't know, let's say cheating. So next time you need to rotate, just go and believe you can fly.
Was that the bite of—
There are 4 game modes that's gonna be making this, with a new one coming on the way, being a survival zombie mode. Until then, we're just gonna ignore it and pretend it doesn't exist like the middle child in the family. Demolition being the main game mode isn't the only one you can play. However, if you aren't depressed or something enough to not have played Valorant, then Demolition has 2 sides, attackers and defenders. On attackers, you have a bomb plant on a given site. Letting it go off, or wiping the entire defending team. Defenders have to stop the planting on their side, wiping the entire enemy team out, or defusing. He's getting touched. There is an ecosystem involved with some minor capitalism dabbled in. By using in some credits you earn while playing rounds is how you upgrade your abilities, their effectiveness. More on that aspect in the agents section. There's also a team deathmatch, where there's 4 teams of 3 that are fighting to the death. Well, it's up until 50 kills, but to the death. Aside from that, there's not anything else to add on, other than it's a good warm-up to, you know, get you in that Strinova headspace over to get ready for ranked matches. But even then, you should probably play demo instead. There's another mode like Deathmatch called Arena. In this one, there's 2 teams of 6 that are fighting in a mosh pit map, with mostly everything being deactivated. There isn't any abilities, it's just straight gun and blazing. It's a lot like a Roman Gladiator battle. It is like battle mode with chaos in the dragon factor. Overwatch. Sorry, I mean escort. As what you might think the name implies, it's a cargo ship that you're defending to one point to another. The cycle never ends, it's always the same. Why do we do the things we do? Just like in demo, in this one you can also upgrade your abilities with a second tier being available. The second tier easily becoming like broken with just how stacked your character can be. and that also goes with everybody, so everyone is also equally broken. Okay, and then there's ranked. I'm not gonna go much into this mode because this is just like demo with quite a bit of changes, so I'd rather keep that in its own separate video because this is more of the competitive side that I don't think you'll probably want to get into right away when you get into the game. Trust me. Anyways, now that we got all that out of the way, let's go hop in the game and see how we do. Oh wait, I'm still
Careful, SpongeBob! Careful, SpongeBob! Careful, SpongeBob! Careful, SpongeBob! Shut up, Patrick! Shut the fuck
Alrighty, I'm not gonna go over it with every agent that's in this game because it keeps getting new ones added every so often. So instead I'll go over the ones that you start with so you have an idea where to go from there. Just so I don't become outdated.
This woman, codename Lemon Girl, she's a cat girl fighting her own war. No rules or boundaries. She doesn't flinch to murder human traffickers.
This defender agent uses an AR called the Inspector. To simply put, this is probably one of the best guns in the game, with no recoil, and looks entirely cute while doing it. Her cute ability is deploying little drones, little cat drones that is, and it's very effective to hold down the fort and to keep anybody who you don't want coming into sight at bay. They're gonna hesitate trying to enter sight. The drones will do tick damage for anybody using the sight lines of these drones, and can also be used defensively. When retreating, you can deploy them to slow down any enemies who dare tunnel vision you. She will also gain a passive where when you're hit by an enemy in pure rage, you highlight them in retaliation.
No, wait.
Michele gains an active skill where upgrading to A1 will make it so that her drones will now be able to highlight enemies, and teammates are also able to see these highlighted enemies. When upgrading to her A2 ability, she will gain an active effect where if she's near her drones in a 15-meter radius, she will gain a 40 shield boost.
Touch me.
And then her A3 pass is when she's uncomfortably close to her drone, she'll become boosted with less recoil and weapon stability. You'll know if you're in range when you hear this sound. Finally, her ult, the Big Lemon. This chalky lemon is gonna beam any opponents who dare come into your turf, and it can be best used in places where it can get as much field of vision as possible. Keep in mind there is a delay before it activates, so it'll get easily destroyed if you're not mindful of it. Maldelena, the Orch Girl. If you aren't scared yet, well, you just have not had a terrible fate with the Hello Kitty Girl.
I want to live! I want to live!
Equipped with a DMAR called the Chroma, she rivals semi-autos and Bimo with this one simple technique. Granted, they can do it too, or... It hits almost as hard as a brick, doing 87 damage per headshot. Once she gains her A1 active skill, it literally gives her the ability to play Splatoon in her mustard. Boy, Dendo, you boy, how about case you? With her Q ability, she Splatoons all over the place. Being in this mysterious mustard pits, you won't be able to stringify, meaning if she's around the corner, chances are you're not surviving or your back won't be the same.
Come here, fishy fishy!
With 2 upgrade paths to choose from, there's the Splatoon 4 and Bubblegum Balls. The first upgrade path, A2, it'll allow her what she can already do with her Q ability. However, wherever she shoots, the trajectory will leave pits of goo behind, meaning that if you can use this ability well, you're able to control the entire flow of the battle. As for her second ability, she creates bubblegum balls where whoever is left behind when her Q ability lands, blocking enemy sightlines. As if she wasn't powerful enough yet, when she activates her ult, shot out of her gastric blaster. At the activation point, it will create a spread, creating a sphere. Anyone caught inside of it will not be able to stringify, and also briefly when they leave it. Just a bunch of sitting ducks if you get your team to play off this. Truly a master controller. Oh, and you can play on both sides, which kinda makes it awkward if you have been encountering another melody. Audrey is British.
I have received your request.
Mr. Opanga. Mr. Nobanga Nanga. I have him written down as Mr. Opanga because I don't know how to say his name. He is your defender up. If you see him, you better hope they don't know what they're doing. This man can hold and control a site super effectively. He wields a DMR called the Judge. It isn't super strong as Reggie's weapon, who can do 180 a headshot. This is before the patches, but it can do 70 per headshot at all ranges. He has a passive where if he charges up his shot, anyone hit by it will create a bigger spread during shoulder firing and boost your crosshairs. Checkmate, bitch. Gaining his active, he can survive a fatal attack with 1 HP within his domain. Isn't that a little silly? You guys wonder if like gets hit with a brick and as long as he's inside his domain, it's just like, I'll take an ibuprofen and walk it off. Pressing Q, he summons his domain expansion. Within the expansion of domain radius, he will gain increased power and armor generation, slowly becoming the Mega Lemon. He has 2 upgrade paths you can't go wrong with either. It just depends on how the match is going. The A2 upgrade, if you decide to go that route, has it where anyone that walks by or in his domain expansion will be seen by him. You might be saying to yourself, oh, it's not that bad. Until you realize there's also his team.
Where's the money, Lebowski?
His A3 upgrade is what gives you the ability to use instant transmission from the Dragon Ball series. If you aren't convinced you can hold down a side like Stonewall Jackson could, then just you wait, because it's about to get even more trapped. When activating his ult, any enemies trapped inside the radius will no longer be able to use their abilities. That also goes for ultimates. Let's just hope that OC training pays off. There is one downside that enemies are in fact able to destroy this. It's like KJ's ult from Valorant, so keep in mind where you place it.
Watch your jet. Watch your jet, bro. Watch your jet.
Known as the healer tank, she is able to play on both sides. She is such sleeper agent that I'm surprised she isn't used a lot because she is really good on her own, but even pairs very well with some other agents that we'll be talking about. Celestia has an AR called the Polars that she uses. This gun has almost no recoil, but the spread on it is all over the place. You might end up even drawing an outline of the enemy. I always recommend going for spread control if you're having trouble hitting your shots. Then again, this gun has no recoil, so maybe go train, you lazy bastard. Once she gains her passive skill, any Q hits on anybody will make it so that they will be applied with armor restoration anybody nearby. With one button, she sends a Pokeball towards your marked target. When hitting Q, she will give the person a shield boost, and depending on how you upgrade her, she can somewhat change the battle outcomes with this alone. After activating a Q on somebody, the A2 ability will give her a dormant flashbang whenever the shield is broken. It has to be placed beforehand, keep in mind. Hearing that, by comparison, her A3 doesn't sound as great, because it only just boosts your shield permanently. If you thought so, then you literally couldn't be more wrong. Celestia's ult is pretty much your second win on somebody. By activating your ult, you will enter the ethereal realm. In this mode, you will be able to see not only the galaxy, but whoever icon appears. By clicking on their icon, you will give yourself and the person temporary armor, and it is best used to guarantee a win in a fight, or to save somebody that's on the verge of death. The main DPS agent that will guarantee to have you shimmering in your boots. That is, if she is an instant lock by a newbie and then immediately runs towards a group of straight people.
Oh, brother. This guy!
Ming, an attacker agent. Her main goal is to destroy and conquer. She takes space by pushing enemies out, since 9 times out of 10, people know that you can't solo her by yourself and that you're going to need backup to take her down. For any of those who've played CSGO, the kick on her gun will be very familiar to you.
Hey, you jump. Jesus, that was scary. Have you guys played this before? That's so weird. How are we all first timers? We should kiss. What?
The Rebel Flame. Her AR packs a punch for you and the enemy. Her A1 ability is a haste ability that she gains when her armor is broken. It can increase her speed and possibly unblinding rage towards the victim that had broken it. After that poor sap god had come into them, she gets even more powerful and broken. Their first upgrade path, A2. Whenever she steals armor from the enemy, she'll gain temporary armor depending on how many ticks of absorption she does. With her A3 upgrade path, whenever she's inside of it, she will regain armor. Even if she's somehow getting kicked into the curb, the armor regen is not affected by it. Ulting as Ming should be considered a hate crime, or at the very least breaking the Geneva Convention. By being a menace in this state, you will not only extend the duration of the skill by attacking enemies, you will also gain temporary armor as well. Being the first character you play when you load in the game, that is if you don't skip the tutorial, you goober. Lawine is a powerful attack agent. She uses an AR called Shadow Assault. It has such a big magazine size that even without the upgrade, you probably will never end up reloading it in a fight, assuming you don't mag dump the enemy, that is. Her passive skill at A1 will allow her to highlight enemies that she attacks. If you hit an enemy with just one bullet, that'll be enough to not only highlight them for you, but the entire team. And it's also particularly incredibly strong if you pair it with smoke nades. At A2, Lawine gains the effect to slow down opponents whenever they try to escape her scan range. This makes it really good for aggressive pushes, chasing them down and showing the dawn. At A3, Lawine gains pretty much an infinite ping glitch, where whenever you throw the dart, it'll ping the ones, and anybody inside that ping radius will trigger its rescan. The darts can be shot and destroyed, so put them in awkward positions where the enemy have to destroy them. Lawine's ult is like an old school trolling YouTube video from the way I've seen it be used. By activating her ult, she will create a new lane, trying to solve the traffic problem. By entering, you will become entirely invisible. You'll still make sounds while you're moving in here, by the way. In this, you are not able to fire your weapon, and momentarily when you leave the lane. However, it does gain a plus because whenever enemies walk by it or in it, it'll not only be detected. All the more reason why you should pair Lawine with smoke nades.
I am sponging it! I'm sponging a banger! I'm gonna square my pants!
Alright, so some extra tips to take along your journey is turn off smooth mousing. Jesus Christ, you do not know how much this makes a difference. Unless if you have crippling arthritis, this will mess with your aim much more than anything. Map size. Increase map size for better reading of info. Info is everything on here, and there will be things on the map that you'll see that you won't be able to see. Play with teammates. Getting into fights that are not in your favor is how you'll die majority of the time. Like having the number advantage in this is really important. Try to play in groups of 2 if you can. Use the replay feature. It's also good to get cinematic shots, but it's also really great to see how your opponents played against you and see how they position themselves. And most importantly, just have fun. If you're getting frustrated with this game, then it's probably time to take a step back and take a breather. Because playing like that, you're not going to enjoy the game. It has happened to me on Valorant before, where it's genuinely made my mental health decline. But granted, the game will do that to you regardless. To sum up, the game is very fun and anyone can play. It's free to play and you aren't missing out on anything. If you're worried about this being a paid experience, there's a lot of in-depth mechanics that feel really good to not only play and use, but also to get better at. Multiple game modes and gachas against readable. I didn't talk about the gacha. Okay, at this point I don't have a script. I'm just going off of what I feel. So it's not going to be coherent and I apologize in advance for that. I just want to say thank you for the support that you've shown in the last 2 videos. I never thought this and that video would ever go anywhere. And here we are. I just want to say thank you so much. I genuinely do appreciate all the support that you've shown with these 2 videos alone. It really means a lot, and I never thought anyone would see those videos. Like, I never thought any would even surpass 100 views, let alone 20. I was happy at 40. I do want to do videos like this, where I get to make what I want, and oh my god, my cat. I just want to say thank you for everything that you've supported up until now, and I want to continue making new videos just the way I've been making them, and I want to continue making the high quality stuff that you guys will enjoy. I have a lot of fun making them to begin with, and it just makes me very happy that everyone who watches them just enjoys them as much as I do, because I generally do love Strinova, and I hope this game continues to thrive and grows. One final thing I want to mention is, for everyone who's been supporting me up until now, I hope you will continue to support me and follow what I will be continuing to make. And yeah, other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed the guide that I make, and will continue to enjoy the following videos that I'll continue to make. Thank you very much, and I love you all.
Our delusions.
I was talking about you talking about Mara.
I know, that's the joke.
Nope, stop trying to include yourself. You're not included.